So in our first video about Aristotle and time, we were wondering at the end whether other kinds of motions that aren't actually physically circular would be considered cyclical or circular motions in Aristotle. I looked up the Greek word that he uses, and it's kuklouphoria, which is from kuklos, which means circular, and phoria meaning something more like to bear, from pharaoh. So it's like bearing circularity. Now, I've concluded that I think that any sort of regular repeated motion could be mapped as circular. So for instance, if you look at a grandfather clock, the pendulum is swinging back and forth under the clock, and we can see in mechanical terms how that pendulum motion is actually mapped into 3 different circles on the clock's face. The same with the quartz watch as well. The oscillating motions of the quartz tuning fork are mapped into the circular motions on the watch's face. So I think that any sort of regular repeating motion could actually be considered circular, which is the kind of motion that Aristotle considers primary, since it's the one that we measure with, and things that we measure with are fundamental. So that being the case, I think it would be safe to say that the rise and the fall of the ocean tides would be considered circular. Migratory patterns of birds would be considered circular. The resonant motion of a quartz crystal would be circular, meaning that sounds could be circular. Pretty much anything regular and repeating, including things like economic cycles and traffic, stoplights,